Everyone is talking about Lok Sabha elections, alliances, candidates, campaigns and election promises. Let's say you have elected your MP. What are their responsibilities? What is their role in Parliament? If you are not satisfied, how can you question them? That's what we will be exploring in this story. Broadly, we can say that an MP's job is to pass or reject bills. But it is much more than that. The Indian Parliament operates within a quasi-federal framework, which means even though we have two clear sets of government, that is central and the state, more powers are given to the central government. The Lok Sabha is the lower house of the Parliament. In the coming months, we will be electing MPs to go to this house. Rajya Sabha MPs are elected under a different process, but that's for another day. Lok Sabha elections will be conducted to fill 543 seats. Let's see the eligibility criteria to become an MP. The person must be an Indian citizen, at least 25 years old. They should have sound mental health, must not be bankrupt, and most importantly, not have any criminal convictions against them. Now let's come to the legislative role of your MP. Your MP is the voice of your constituency. Every MP has to raise the issues of their constituency in Parliament through questions, debates, etc. An MP can also play a role in implementing projects in their constituency by following up on them at the district electorate level or at the state government and central government level. Making laws for the governance of the country. An MP takes part in discussing bills and proposing changes to pieces of legislation. They can also suggest legislative changes through private member bills. Next, MPs can also bring in changes to the Constitution. The amendment needs to be introduced, debated and cleared or rejected by a majority of MPs. No new tax can be levied or new law brought in without the approval of Parliament. Your MP has the power to regulate and organize the operations of the Supreme Court and High Courts. That is, they can establish rules and procedures governing how these courts are structured and operate. This includes decisions related to the number of judges, their appointment and removal processes, the establishment of benches or divisions within the courts, their jurisdictions, administrative functions, and other operational aspects. They can also participate in the impeachment of judges of High Courts and the Supreme Court. Some of the MPs are given ministries such as Finance, Defence, Commerce, Rural, Roads and so on. They belong to the Council of Ministers and are referred to as Union Ministers. Select ministers are elevated to the Cabinet and they are referred to as Cabinet Ministers. Ministers handle the executive function of the government while the MPs handle the legislative function. All ministers are MPs, only some MPs are ministers. All the MPs, both from the ruling party and the opposition, have the ability to influence and oversee the actions of the executive branch of government through various parliamentary procedures. These include question hour, zero hour, calling attention motion, adjournment motion, no confidence motion, censure motion, and other discussions. Through these mechanisms, MPs can raise concerns, seek clarification, demand accountability, and initiate actions against the government if necessary. MPs also engage in parliamentary committees such as the Public Accounts Committee, Estimates Committee, Public Undertakings Committee, and other committees. These committees review government actions, expenditures, and policies and ensure transparency, accountability, and effectiveness in governance. Next, it is your MP who elects the President and Vice President of the country. They also select the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. MPs have the authority to endorse or approve all three types of emergencies in the country: national, state, and financial. This means that MPs have a role in the decision-making process when it comes to declaring emergencies at various levels of government, whether it pertains to national crisis, emergencies within specific states or regions, or financial emergencies affecting the country's economy. Your MP also has the power to increase or decrease the boundaries of a state, changing the name of a state and union territories, and participate in the process for impeachment of the president and removal of the vice president. Your MP is going to have a very busy 5 years. Make sure you elect someone competent. Choose wisely when you vote.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.